Did you know Cristiano Ronaldo went from a humble one-room apartment in Lisbon to a £492 million deal in Saudi Arabia? Watch to uncover the untold struggles and hardships that shaped his legendary career. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest footballers the world has ever known, was born in the most humble of circumstances. Born on February 5, 1985, in Funchal, Madeira, Portugal, not Lisbon, as popularly believed to be the case, Ronaldo grew up in a life of poverty and deprivation. Yet, in the midst of all this suffering, young Ronaldo had an escape. Football wasn't merely a pastime for him, it was how he survived. The streets of Madeira were his playground and his school. He would play with the local children for hours, the real ball being unaffordable, sometimes with its replacement coming in the form of makeshift balls. Even as a little boy, he was absolutely fixated on getting better at it, training ceaselessly, rain or shine. And all of that work paid off with a moment that changed his fate forever. One day, he was seen by a scout who was impressed by his vast ability and invited him to trial with Sporting Lisbon, one of Portugal's premier teams. Sporting were then in the process of inviting a small number of extremely skilled boys to join their youth academy. Ronaldo passed the early eliminations, but then there was one last trial. It was, as Ronaldo himself says, the turning point in his early career. Right before kickoff, the scout informed the boys of a simple but powerful thing: the boy who scores most today will be chosen. All Ronaldo had to hear was that. He turned up the heat. He had scored a goal, but another boy, Albert Fantrau, had scored two. Then, in the final moments of the game, both boys were sprinting toward the goal. Albert dribbled around the goalkeeper and, with the net open to him, did something he was not expected to do: he passed to Ronaldo. Ronaldo scored. He was chosen. That single act of kindness by Albert granted Ronaldo his golden ticket. He signed for Sporting's academy, was sent to Lisbon on his own at the age of 12, and started what would turn out to be one of the most incredible football odysseys ever. It wasn't straightforward. He sobbed daily with homesickness and missed his family desperately, but he was determined to succeed. He fast-tracked his way up Sporting's junior ranks and emerged into the senior team at the age of 17. In one of his first senior games, against Moreirense, he scored twice and left everyone in awe of his ferocious pace and ability. News of his brilliance started spreading fast. Then there was a game that changed everything, a 2003 pre-season friendly between Manchester United and Sporting Lisbon. Ronaldo played so spectacularly that day, humiliating United's defense with his ball control and pace, that United players themselves begged Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him. Ferguson didn't think twice. In a matter of days, a deal was struck, and 18-year-old Ronaldo was a Manchester United player at £12.24 million, $19 million, the most costly teen in Premier League history. On jersey presentation day, Ronaldo requested the number 28, the number he had donned at Sporting. But Sir Alex was not going to do that. He presented him with the legendary number 7 jersey, which had been worn by greats like George Best, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham. That's when CR7 came to life. But the ride was not easy initially. Ronaldo's initial season was flashy but erratic. His teammates believed he concentrated more on skills and less on results. But what they could not see was what motivated him. For Ronaldo, this chance was not merely fame or success, it was escape. It was an opportunity to bring his entire family out of poverty and provide them with a new life. Just when things were picking up, disaster hit. Ronaldo was informed that his father, José Diniz Aveiro, was ill from complications arising from alcoholism. His liver had been destroyed by years of excessive drinking. Ronaldo flew back home at once to be with him and vowed to provide him with the best treatment. But all efforts were in vain. His dad died in 2005. Ronaldo, only 20 years old at the time, was devastated. Their bond was always strained. Ronaldo wanted his father's acceptance and presence, but alcohol had come between them. Losing him hurt, but it also gave Ronaldo a fire within him. From that day on, Ronaldo determined to be the best footballer in the world, not only for himself, but for his family. That hunger propelled him to greatness. During the 2007-08 season, Ronaldo was unstoppable. He had 42 goals across all competitions, assisted Manchester United to win the Premier League and the Champions League, and won his first Ballon d'Or. He had topped world football. At the international level as well, things were getting hot. Having suffered the disappointment of the Euro 2004 final loss to Greece on home ground, Ronaldo became stronger with Portugal. By 2008, he was appointed captain of the national team with the onus of spearheading his nation ahead. In 2009, having won all the major honors with United, Ronaldo made another massive stride, this time to Real Madrid in a world record transfer of €94 million, $132 million. It was the most sensational transfer in football history. The media attention around him was colossal. His career took off in Madrid. He scored goals at a rate that was unprecedented, 450 goals in 438 games, a record that will probably never be broken. In 2010, he became a father for the first time with the birth of his son, Cristiano Jr. Ronaldo never named the mother, preferring to raise the child with his mother and relatives. It was the start of a new era, both on and off the pitch. But amidst the individual and personal awards, for additional Ballon d'Or titles, there remained one trophy Madrid was desperately seeking, the Champions League. After a decade of attempts, Ronaldo finally came through in 2014. During that season, he set the record for most goals in a Champions League season, 17, and scored in the final as Madrid won their long-sought La Decima, their 10th European title. Ronaldo's feud with Lionel Messi was on a new level during this time. The two dominated world football for more than a decade, taking each other to absurd heights of performance. Cristiano Ronaldo's latest move to Saudi Arabia has sent shockwaves in the football world. The 38-year-old has signed a lucrative deal worth a staggering £492 million with Al Nassr, solidifying his status as one of the highest-paid athletes on the planet. This monumental deal marks a new chapter in Ronaldo's illustrious career, cementing his legacy beyond European football. However, whereas Messi thrived in club football, Ronaldo craved success on the international stage with Portugal. He only acquired it in 2016. Euro 2016 was a turning point. Even with a dismal group stage, Portugal fought their way to the final. In the final against hosts France, Ronaldo injured his knee painfully and had to be replaced in tears. But from the sidelines, he motivated his peers. Portugal won 1-0, and Ronaldo, albeit not on the pitch, bore the nation's first big trophy. The subsequent years brought even more glory. He won 3 successive Champions League titles with Madrid between 2016 and 2018, securing his legacy. But after 9 years, he felt the time was right for a new challenge. In 2018, he switched to Juventus in Italy for €100 million. Ronaldo won Serie A championships and kept finding the net, but the Champions League remained elusive for Juventus. After 3 years, and increasing frustration, he departed the club in 2021. Then arrived the tearful return to Manchester United. Supporters lost their minds. He scored a fairytale debut with 2 goals against Newcastle, but the fairytale never lasted. Behind the scenes, things heated up. In 2022, Ronaldo experienced an unthinkable tragedy. His newborn son, Angel, died at birth. It was a tragedy that Ronaldo would later call the worst experience of his life. His romance with United turned sour even more after a row with new manager Erik ten Hag. Later, Ronaldo dropped a bombshell interview, condemning the club's course. Days later, his contract was revoked. But he wasn't finished yet. At 37, he traveled to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, aware that it could be his final. He scored, became the first man in history to score in 5 World Cups, but Portugal left early in the quarterfinals. Then came his next installment. In 2023, Ronaldo inked a record-shattering contract with Saudi outfit Al Nassr, worth more than $200 million annually. The world was shocked, but Ronaldo had nothing further to prove. From the narrow streets of Madeira to one of the wealthiest and most iconic sportsmen in history, Cristiano Ronaldo's tale is more than a football story, it's a human story. A story of determination, tragedy, family, hunger, and unyielding ambition. He made it out, and that may be the greatest triumph of all.